Hello? No, there are no caveats. You can ask whatever you want. I just hope nobody asks me what part I played in Gone with the Wind. I'm not kidding, darling. Someone asked me that the other day, and I didn't know whether I should kill him or myself. What's this? The last press conference suggested questions on the life of Vivian Lee. Well, just give me the first one. It's always hard to stop. Well, that's easy, darling. If I had to live my life over again, I'm certain of two things. That I should play Scarlett O'Hara. That I should marry Laurence Olivier. No, he wasn't my first husband. Vivian Lee was one of the best-known actresses of the 20th century, winning the Academy Award for Best Actress as Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind and Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire. From the outside, Vivian Lee's life seemed perfect. But like most cases when things seem perfect, they're anything but. Lee suffered with mental illness. At the time, mental illness was viewed as shameful and dramatic, and was usually written off as hysteria. Because of the lack of knowledge, Lee relied heavily on electroshock therapy right up until her death in 1967. Before her death, Lee takes to the stage to reclaim her story and the innumerable women's other stories, where their mental health was written off by society. Vivian Lee, The Last Press Conference by Marcy Lafferty. My heart and soul are in theater with Larry. When I'm playing in the theater, I'm completely happy because I wake up in the morning and I know what my day is. I know what my life is. I know what I have to do. I'm never lonely and I'm never lost. I just feel happy when I'm playing in the theater. Scarlett O'Hara. David Selznick was having this huge talent search, and every actor in Hollywood was actually trying for the role. David always loved a party, and this was at his 4th of July. When we arrived on set at about 11 o'clock, there was this beautiful afterglow from the flame lighting my face, and I was unaware of the effect it was having. Myron ushered me right up to David and said, "Hey, genius, here's your Scarlett O'Hara." The next thing I knew, I was reading for the director, George Cukor. "Well, Vivian, we've decided who will play Scarlett O'Hara. I guess we're stuck with you." Almost from the top, things begin to sour. David keeps writing these memos. Everything from the size of my titties, he thinks they're too small, to whether or not I arch my left eyebrow higher. I pushed everybody I could 18 hours a day, just to hurry up and get the damn thing done with, so I could go back to my darling Larry and never have to deal with Scarlett O'Hara ever again. The thing I had wanted more than anything in the whole world had become my source of misery. David gave me the role that won me an Oscar. It made a nice doorstop. I don't believe that actors should compete for prizes. That's more for Olympians or racehorses. I didn't much appreciate it at the premiere of Gone with the Wind when I overheard Larry say that he didn't think he had it in me. He is now working on his secret dream, the film of Hamlet. He always believed that after Jesus Christ, William Shakespeare was the greatest person who ever lived. I'm filming Bernard Shaw's Caesar and Cleopatra. I found out I was 3.5 months pregnant. Gabriel Pascal, the producer, found out. He became very cross with me, lest I lose my figure. So I had a fine time this morning, clad in nothing except a bit of chiffon, running up and down the Memphis paths. Finally, on the 15th take, I slipped and fell heavily on the marble floor. Two days later, I miscarried. I was never to be myself again. The press called it a nervous breakdown. I didn't think it was, but I didn't know what it was. I had to drop out of filming for 3 weeks to recover. Streetcar named Desire? Desire. What is desire? You know, Blanche du Bois says that the opposite of death is desire. It is that which enslaves us. What was it like to play her? It was like being bulldozed, while there was premonition in her madness. Johnny Goulet begged me not to do it. He knew what would happen. I played her for 8 months, 8 times a week. Lawrence was more concerned with how the play was going to be received in England than with my mental state. He's not at all the Larry I used to know. He says that I've embarrassed him, exhausted him, worn him out. I know that my illness has driven him from me. I know it will kill him. See, when I'm on the downside of the mania, I'm very manageable. But the minute I see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's the light of an oncoming train. It's the mania arriving. And it can happen so quickly. I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of going mad. Dr. Konecki has helped me very much with something called ETC, electric convulsive therapy. The discipline of the theater can no longer control the mania, but the ETC can, and I'm grateful for it. It's not so bad, really. They make burn marks on my temples that I can easily hide with makeup, and they put restraints on my ankles and my arms so I don't hurt myself. And then they give me an injection so I don't feel anything. You mustn't pity me. It's been a great run. The only reason I want to die so the madness doesn't take over. Scarlet was the best of me. When I was young and strong and healthy, oh, she will survive me. And that makes me happy. To Scarlet. Cheers.